Hi everyone, this is Michael Kynan representing the TooMedToo's Star Wars Network. We've got your fix. And this says episode 40 of TooMedToo's Bacta Tank. Don't let the number fool you though. There was about 20 or 30 of episodes before it was named the Bacta Tank, and we just kind of had a free-for-all. But I want to let you know that this is brought to you by my patrons on the Patreon. We have Rural Farm Boy. Oh, what did happen there? Heidi Federer, Kylo Customs, Kylo Ren Flores, and Chris from Kentucky. If you would like to join them, you can just go to patreon.com/TooMed2 and join them. There's a bunch of different tiers set up with a bunch of different perks, and that's the Scuttlebutt. Oh, still Nat from Red 5 Network. I'm going to get a copyright infringement on this one and shut down. No, they love me over there. Or at least they tolerate me. It's probably more of a thing. And if anyone is looking for Audible books, you can go ahead and go on my page and hit up the... Oh, okay. Anyways, to get back to it, somebody just sent me a message. I checked that really quick. Check out in the notes, you can go and sign up and get 2 free books. This is where I usually have some funny quip about who our guest is tonight. If you were paying attention on Twitter or Facebook or any of those other things, it was supposed to be James from Rebel Scum. But because he lives out in the sticks, he is having internet issues with trees falling down or whatever it happens to be, and he is not available. So I said, let's do it old school like we used to do. I posted the link over here. Anybody that wants to come on can come on, and we'll just start talking about whatever. And we have none other than last week's guest. We have Charlie Skywalker.
What's up?
What's going on?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Going back to the old school ways of when I just put out the call and said anybody that wants to come on with the bat signal, hop on, and we'll see what happens. And sometimes we had a lot of them, and sometimes we just had a few. And now that's kind of why we switched up to this, where we have a featured guest. And see, kind of like now, we got somebody else popping in. But before we let them in, we have our guest from last week, Charlie Skywalker, or as I call him, Chuck Skywalker. And we found out, even though I knew this, that's not his real name. We didn't even get into where he got the name from, but that's for another time, or maybe later on today. I think he has something he needs to talk to us about. But before that, we're going to bring in Gannon136.
Hey,
Gannon, how are you doing?
What's up, Gannon?
Had a day off of work, and I was like, Michael's on. I got nothing better to do. Let's go watch some Bacta Tank tonight.
Nice.
Oh, you know what?
I think I was first in the chat.
There we go.
I think you were.
All right. I just had to do a little switcheroo because, that's what we had to do. So make sure we got the volume all the way up here. Yep, and the volume all the way up over there. Okay. So yeah, we James got a hold of me shortly ago and said, hey, his internet went out. He's trying to get it fixed, but they're having a lot of issues. It's probably going to be at least 1 a.m. Before it happens. So I said, all right, well, worst case scenario, I can talk Star Wars. So, and I was like, what should I talk about? What should I talk about? I was like, let's see who wants to come on and talk about anything.
It's those darn Canadian woodchucks that
the Canadian Jawas are getting them. But because we're all about friendship here, and we want all of our friends to do well and succeed. Chuck, you have something coming out pretty soon, don't you? That you're dropping a YouTube video.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on my Anchor podcast.
Okay.
I recorded last night with Wookiee Radio, and we had a fantastic discussion about what is the Force. We really got into the nuts and bolts, the soup, and just waded knee deep into this topic. It's a very I don't know, maybe controversial because there's so many vantage points to what is the Force. But yeah, it's a big open discussion that should drop. I should finish editing it tonight. Either drop tomorrow or Wednesday.
All right. Well, then we will look forward to that. And I used to be the podcast listening king, and I taught Royal Farm Boy some of the tricks on how to get more podcast jammed into your day to get him up there. And it's just, I never thought it would happen, but I don't listen to podcasts anymore just because I don't have time. Where before, when I wasn't, when I was working, I had, an hour or two commuting back and forth to work. And then even though I would never listen to podcasts while I was working, I could sometimes jam in another 8 hours or 6 hours there at double speed. That's, 6 or 8 podcasts easy. I'd be filling in, even my Patreon. So I'm a patron of quite a few, that I'm paying for. I'm not even listening to them, or their extra content. And, which is fine because I'm giving them money because I want to support them. So the extra content was kind of like a bonus. So we'll just have to we'll just have to see what happens with that. Especially, I go back to the doctors next week, but they're in 2 weeks. But I don't think they're going to be sending me back. And the heart surgeon was saying that probably not going to have surgery on the heart. But I still go to the doctor every month. Besides for the lung thing, then my regular doctor, the heart surgeon again. So, they'll be keeping an eye on me pretty close. But she's saying that it's probably going to be, quite a few more months before I go back to work because after I get healthy enough where I don't have to be on the medication anymore, I'm going to have to do like cardiac physical therapy or whatever it is. Kind of the same thing you do after you have a heart attack. You can't go right back to, doing your normal life. That they make you do physical therapy for your heart. And then, Chuck, what do you got there? You got an Ewok?
I have a new addition to the family.
Oh,
this
hi,
is
puppy.
Chewie. This is my co-pilot.
Hi, puppy. Oh, that's so cute. I mean, everyone knows that.
Yeah, till there's a puppy or a baby.
Where's your co-pilot tonight, Michael?
Danielle just got home today. So, Delilah is hanging out with her. But it was funny. So, if I leave the door open and I go downstairs, because even when Delilah goes crazy if there's a delivery, because I get freaking 5 deliveries a day. So, when they ring the doorbell, she goes nuts. But if I got to go down and sign for her or something that I need to get right away, she stands at the top of the stairs and, she barks a little bit, but not that much. And she never comes down the stairs. She's never walked down the stairs without a leash on. And today when she saw Danielle, she flew down the stairs. So it was like, maybe she did miss her a little bit. So, yeah, but she's hanging out with her. But it was funny. She missed her so much that Danielle, got home. She flew in, took the subway home, so she got home, and she was hopping in the shower. And Delilah was so excited to see her that she was giving me kisses. So I was like, she was so excited she had to kiss somebody, and Danielle wasn't there, so she was giving me all the kisses and, the puppy love. But, yeah, so is that, like, brand new or within the last few days?
Well, she just showed up on, I think, Saturday morning at my great aunt's house, and she dug up underneath the gate and was huddled up with her dogs to keep warm. And no collar, no nothing, just dirty and kind of skinny. And so she called us and says, "Hey, you guys don't have a dog. Would you, maybe you can hold on to this one until someone comes and claims it or whatnot." And I think it was probably abandoned just out in the backcountry road. And so gave him a bath and fed him, and he's hadn't left my side since.
Awesome, awesome. It's a he?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that's really is your co-pilot. I'm getting ready to look for my next co-pilot because, Delilah's 13 years old. She could have another 5 or 7 years in her easily. Nubs lived to be 17. Life expectancy for her was 12. It was all the beer and weed that they had when they were growing up as puppies. Back when I used to party with them. And it's like, hey, I'm having a party. There'd be 6 of us, and it's like, well, it's cheapest to go buy a keg. So you buy a keg for 6, it lasts for a couple of days, and there's plenty of beer for the puppies. Now I don't do that anymore. Well, I don't drink or do anything anymore. Those days have passed. But I wouldn't do it now anyways. Well, I might. That's kind of up for grabs. But it's funny now too because it's like Danielle always yells at me because we spend all this money. I get a little bag of dog food, a 4-pound bag, and it's like $25. So it's really expensive. But then she gets like salami and cheese and whatever else, Cheetos or Doritos, or right now she's in the room, but I got some cheddar fries with me, so she'd be having some of those. Back in my Andes here. Back in my younger days, if I was smoking something, the dogs would probably catch a contact high. And if I had some beers or whatever, they wouldn't get any hard liquor. But some beers, the dogs love a little bowl full of beer. Why not? This is, I think, the last thing I record. Patrick, didn't we talk about how PETA's going to come after me on Saturday when we recorded or Friday when we recorded? Yeah. PETA was going to come after me. And then I had a few choice words for PETA too. So that made it even better. But so that's pretty much everything that's going on with me. I got my Live It going on and streaming on Live It whenever I can and hanging out with my Live It friends. And Monday night's my night with you guys. James isn't here because Canadians can't figure out how to use
So for some Star Wars news, did you see where Dominic is going to go out on another U.S. tour for small business and to support the Gecko?
I did not see that.
Yeah, it's I guess spring and summer of this coming year, so 2021. He's planning on hitting all 50 states, I believe he said.
Nice. For those of you, which I'm going to guess, most of you that are watching on YouTube or in the podcast version, I always forget I do this. I'm supposed to be making this into a podcast too. Well, I don't forget I'm supposed to make it a podcast. When we're talking, I forget that there's an audio only version. So sometimes when we're showing things, it's like, I have to edit that out because there'll be like 2 minutes of silence with just, us showing each other whatever on screen. So Dominic Pace, he was the Gecko in the Mandalorian. He's got 120 some IMDb credits as an actor. You probably don't know the name, but if you saw him on screen, you know exactly who he was. He's been on pretty much every television show in prime time. as either a mob guy or a criminal or a cop or something along those lines. He's a he's 6'3", 6'4", just a big, huge built guy. So he's kind of cast into those roles, which is kind of perfect for him too, though. So he just did a tour, went and hit up a bunch of small comic book stores and a bunch of nerd stores, I guess is the easiest way to say it. Comic books and collectibles and toys and whatever, and help them raise some money for themselves, and sold a bunch of merch then.
Yeah, I was fortunate to get to go up when he was in Albuquerque. And, I mean, it was a 4-hour drive, but it was well worth it. Got to meet him and his son. And, not only just Star Wars stuff, we just talked about life in general, and he was very relatable, and we just had a great time talking. So, yeah, it's if be on the lookout for this coming spring and summer, wherever you guys live. There will be a comic book store or collectible store that will host him. Definitely go on down and support him. He's a great ambassador for Star Wars.
Yeah, I interviewed him right before the Mandalorian came out. I think I was one of the first people to interview him. So we didn't really know too much.
That was like one of your first interviews.
Yeah. Well, the same day. So I was leaving the doctor's office, and I was in the doctor's office. They were getting ready to check my blood pressure, and one of the publicists from Disney kept sending me messages, so I had to answer it. And I'm emailing him back. And the doctor's like, "What?" I was like, "Listen, this is important. I need to talk about this. I'm trying. I'm interviewing somebody from Disney's contacting me right now, and Lucasfilm is contacting me. He has no idea what the hell I'm talking about." And I'm like, I'm trying to set up interviews and do this and that. And he's like, "Well, you need to put the phone down because I'm trying to take your blood pressure and it's going crazy. So you need to get that under control." And then I'm driving home. I'm in a cab going home, and I was interviewing Dominic that night, but they were trying to get me an interview with George Mann. They're like, "Can you do it in an hour?" And I'm like, of course I'm going to do it. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I can't, because I'm still sitting in the doctor's office. I need to go home. I need to take the dog out. I don't have anything set up or anything ready. Excuse me. But, of course I got it done, but I wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be. But then with doing that interview, I didn't have enough time, or I wasn't as prepared for, Dominic's, but that was fine because he's such a great guy. And I had a few conversations with him over the phone, so it wasn't just like, "Hey, can you do an interview with you?" Like I've actually talked with him and, kind of had a rapport with him. So it's not just, some guy I'm interviewing. A lot of back and forth talking on, Facebook and on the phone or messages or voicemails and everything back and forth. But yeah, he's a stand-up guy, and he had something come up, and he was supposed to, whatever happened, there was a family thing, and then so he had to take his son to baseball practice. But then the lights went out at baseball practice, so he did the interview driving home in his car with his son in the back seat. Which, if anybody knows me, it's usually my language. I had to be extra careful with my language because it's usually, not the cleanest show in the world, and trying to be extra careful for that. So that was a fun time. That was a good time. But yeah, I spoke with him recently. He's supposed to be coming back on somewhat soon. I talked to him, and he was just finishing up the tour. His last tour he was on, because I want to talk about his movie that just came out. I saw the movie. I rented it.
Killers?
Yeah, Anonymous Killers. It was good.
Great movie. I liked it.
It was kind of like, I would have to describe it as an allegory of American society and the justice system. Even though it didn't deal really too much with the justice system at all, I guess. But I mean, that's kind of, was the storyline. It was one guy being judge, jury, and executioner. And kind of, you had to go plead your case or whatever it happened to be. But, it's like when I interviewed him, he said, that there's a big difference between, like, he did a sci-fi movie, the Megalodon, or I forget, I think that's what it was called. And, definitely a B movie, maybe a C movie. It was a sci-fi movie, and it was a few years ago when sci-fi still didn't have that big a budget. I'm watching a sci-fi show right now, Van Helsing, and it, you can tell it doesn't have the highest budget, but it's much better than, a lot of the other stuff was a few years back. So, they're kind of coming up or whatever it happens to be. But yeah, so everybody check out Dominic Pace. He's a great guy. He'll be on here again, hopefully soon or shortly. Next week is probably going to be James again, if he can figure out how to get the Canadian internet to work. So, yeah. So what else we got going on?
Hortons.
Tim Hortons, man. Tim Hortons is amazing. I don't know if any of you have the ability to go to Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons has the best donuts in the world for a chain. There are those few small boutique, donut shops, and every city you go to has them. I know I found one or two in Raleigh when I lived down there, and when I go to visit. But it's also $3 for a donut. So it kind of gets a little bit crazy. And, some of the best donuts you're ever going to have, but you have to figure, it's $3. So if you're, I grew up in Buffalo, big Irish Catholic family. So after church, if there wasn't donuts in the cafeteria or in one of the halls, you went to the donut shop and you picked up a bunch of donuts and you went home. And, there was 5 kids in my family and my 2 parents and my grandmother. So, there was 8 of us. So, 2 dozen donuts, 3 dozen donuts is what you picked up. Because if everybody has 2 donuts, there's, a dozen and a half gone on the spot. And that's not if anybody stops over or anything. So, it was just, really common you'd pick up 2 or 3 dozen after church. And, there was a couple of the really good donut shops, or otherwise, you'd stop at the chains, but it was, it was never Dunkin' Donuts or anything else after Tim Hortons came around. But yeah, so we can just talk about food all day. Sometimes we do.
The Food Tank Podcast.
Hey, you never know what we're gonna talk about on here. It's the Bacta Tank. You gotta have food. Bacta Tank. You gotta keep yourself healthy with your food. So, did we have any other? I know we had the Mandalorian come out. But did we have any other Star Wars nudes? Star Wars news come out?
I was going to look over the trades here real quick and see if I can find anything here for you that we could talk about. Give me just a second.
This is not the septic tank.
No.
I think we touched on it a little bit. Mando Mondays has been pretty successful, and I forgot today was actually Monday, and there was a whole new line of stuff today.
Yes, I don't even know what came out.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. They made a huge push last week right before the season premiere, and it's been pretty quiet today for the most part.
Did we have anything?
Give me just a sec. I will let you know.
I'm looking right now to see.
My slow computer. We got a vintage collection Mandalorian. Let's see here.
I'm looking on
if you got the
Star Wars
Razor Crest vehicle, it comes with a cloth cape Mandalorian.
Did we get any Black Series or Funkos?
And there's going to be an alternate Din Djarin head and child. Uh-oh. Losing connection with you, Michael. Is that me?
Charlie just bowed out, so I don't know if it was
Michael,
me
can you
or.
still hear me?
I can hear you.
I think we've lost Michael, guys. So we'll wait here.
I'm still here.
And
I'm good to go.
see. If you guys can.
All right. Well, maybe they'll hop back in. Yeah. So I was looking to see if there was any. All right. Here we go. We're going to do this. Go back over to here. Share screen. Come over to here. No, we're on screen 1. Where did it go? Neither of them came back yet. Yeah, Charlie just got kicked out for Jawas. All right. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I think we had some connection issues with the StreamYard just then.
Yeah, Charlie just said he got taken out by Jawas.
I was still in, but for some reason it was really lagging you, so I'm assuming it had to be something on StreamYard's end. Everything looked okay, but that's okay. I guess we'll wait for Charlie. But until then, we had new Funko Pop that came out. It's I hear myself echoing. Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
I'm echoing through you, Michael.
For
some reason it did it when you switched over to desktop mode. Is there any audio option under share desktop?
I don't have anything coming out of my desktop. I just shared the audio for this.
I could start hearing myself.
I don't know.
Testing. Oh, it's gone now.
I had the. Is it back? Hey, try it again. Is it back now?
Testing. Yes.
Okay, I turned on the audio screen share for this.
Okay.
So here we go. Here's this. This is what we got this week. We're gonna make this big. You don't need to see us. So what we got this week? It looks like we got some type of blaster, and we got a pin, and we got a plush toy, and we got something else, and we got something else, and we got something else. But let's see what it is. So there's my everything else. Hey, Christina. There. How are you doing, Christina? Thanks for stopping by.
Christina
We love you and we miss you.
But you did not get the pop today, did you? It is Mando and Baby Yoda, the child, riding a bantha from episode 9, or I should say chapter 9.
I did not see that yet, no. Okay, so we have this guy right here. Mandalorian Bear. I'm going to guess that this is a...
Build-A-Bear?
I'm going to guess so. BAB, Build-A-Bear, I'm going to guess.
Yep.
Mandalorian Bear and online exclusive pram by Build-A-Bear. For those two. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We have Colorize. We have a Mandalorian Vintage Collection figure. We have a Mandalorian Imperial Death Trooper blaster.
What is that? Is it E11D? I forget what they call that thing.
I'm not sure.
I just know it's all black, and that is not all black. That's okay. It's for the kids. Nerf
What do we
has
have
always
here?
been very colorful with their
Hot
blasters.
toys.
Oh, we
So-
got some Hot Toys already coming out?
Yeah, man. Well, already coming out. They probably won't be out for another year or two.
Yeah, they're probably like, hey, pre-order now. You won't see it for another 12 months.
Does it have a date on there? No. Yeah, Hot Toys. Hot Toys are kind of like the elite collector's toy. The only thing is, if this is a set, it's probably $400.
Oh, no
I guess
doubt.
for
The amount
Mando
of care
and
they put into that and the cloth and everything. Oh, especially with the child
yeah,
included. Actually, that might be separate. It
I
might.
don't know.
I think the Mandalorian's going to be worth a lot, but I think the child's going to be worth as much because they have to do more detail at a smaller scale too. This is a pretty cool figure.
Yeah,
The likeness is pretty much there.
But yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. It's but the good thing about it is it's not going to come out for. It doesn't say it on there, but it's probably not going to come out for a year. And they set up a payment plan, so it's $39 a month for a year. So you don't have to pay it all at once. The only problem with that is when you have 10 figures that you're waiting for, it can get kind of expensive that way. Then we have a pen. You said there was a Funko Pop?
Yes, there is. There was one I saw on Star Wars Newsnet's website. If you actually go to the official Mando Mondays page and not StarWars.com, you should see it. They might have taken it down, though, if it sold out. So I'm assuming Charlie's not coming back anytime soon.
All right, so
Do you want me to send you the picture on Twitter?
sure, I just pulled it up. Star Wars Newsnet.
Yep. It should be like the second or third article down. And they did post some new behind-the-scenes artwork of the episode, too. Yeah, it's the second article on the website homepage.
Okay, I see it, but it's not loading for some reason.
Alright, I will copy and send it to you on Twitter.
Okay, I see it.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, so here's the next one that's coming out.
Was that today's?
That Mando one is Hasbro Pulse. Another cool set likely to be offered as the child because we're fans of the child. Oh no, that was just split up. Okay, the Mando Monday is this pop that features Mando and the child on a bantha.
I don't know. Have we had many characters on creatures yet in Funko? I know we had the Tauntaun.
Well, there's the Tauntaun. So that one, yeah. But look at that. That's a lot of detail, man. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these bigger ones are having such amazing detail on them.
You think that's a $40 pop? Or like 35 maybe?
I'm going to say 29. But, I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, most of those bigger sets tend to be about $30. Or the film scenes run for about $25-$30, depending on what
but now,
retailer
like
you prefer.
the one that I did, the probe droid like that's $29. It was $29 when it came out. You can find it now for $24.19 or whatever. That whole set that's come out, the Amazon exclusive, those look really good. But like I have the video. I just need to put a title on it and put it out. I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Of Yoda from the Celebration exclusive pulling out the X-wing out of the swamp, and Dagobah. It is, it's just amazing. It's the best freaking Funko Pop that they've ever made. I think detail-wise, it's even better than the Millennium Falcon. And the Millennium Falcon's the only one I've taken out of the box. I mean, now I've started taking them out of the box, but it's the only one I've taken out of the box and kept it out of the box. But I'm going to do the same thing. I have a few other ones I need to make videos on. They're just going to be quick videos. They're going to be 1 or 2 minutes long. Well, I have a lot to talk about, or I talk a lot, so it all depends on how those come down. How much I talk about them, how long they really are. But they're not going to be that long, I don't think.
No.
Just to open up, and the thing that actually takes the longest time is opening up the box on the pop. Not so much the pop itself. And looking at it, it's so once you're, if I'm doing it live or whatever, but now that I'm recording it and putting it up later on, it just makes it so much shorter for it to be, once it's edited and put out there. So, man, I can tell you, this is so nice to have 2 screens now. It took me a little bit of getting used to, and it's still a little bit weird now. I guess you would say, trying to do things or get used to it. But I can sit over here while I'm talking to you, and like I was trying to find that article on Star Wars Newsnet. So if you're talking or I'm talking, obviously my head's turned, so you can't really see, that much. But yeah, so I don't know. Anything else Star Wars news coming out? I haven't really paid attention to anything.
There's been some rumored stuff about next week, or this week will be the episode with Sasha Banks' character. She'll be appearing supposedly this week. There's some stuff rumbling around the internet that this will be her episode where she comes in. So we'll find out who her character is. Some people keep thinking she's Sabine Wren. Some people think she's a brand new character. I'm personally leaning more towards new character because they've tried to keep her as mysterious as possible. Because if she looked anything like Sabine Wren, like, on the nose, like every single fan of Rebels will be like, that's Sabine. And there's still a lot of wishy-washy people on that stuff. So I'm thinking, honestly, this is a brand new character. She's going to have some ties to some characters maybe we already know. But I think her arc is particularly going to be new. And Season 1 did a very good job of introducing brand new characters to the universe. Some are going to be more beloved than others, but I guess we'll have to wait and see if we're going to like her character or not.
I mean, I like Sasha Banks as a wrestler, but that doesn't really equate to anything as an actor. I don't know how her acting skills are. I mean, obviously she knows how to throw a promo down and
she can throw a promo.
Knows how to wrestle, so there's something included in that. So we'll have to see it in that aspect. But it's going to be interesting to see exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And then I mean, I've heard Inquisitor, I've heard Sabine Wren, new character.
Which at this point, I'm not even sure if the Inquisitorius is even around anymore. Because it is technically post Emperor and post all that. But this is also the time period where we don't know a lot about what's going on post Empire. Other than we know this is where you got all these Imperial remnants kind of spread out across the galaxy. They really set that up in Season 1 that you've got the Client and his group of Imperials. Then you got Moff Gideon and his Imperials. and they're all supposedly on the same side, but really they're going to be backstabbing each other for power grabs. And I think Chapter 9 did a very good job of explaining that literally it doesn't matter if you are Imperial or if you're just some group that wants to go take control, there's going to be these power vacuum struggles, and it's just going to happen.
Well, I had an idea that came in that I thought of today, or a theory that I thought of today, and I didn't write it down, and now I'm trying to think of what it was.
Is it something with Gideon?
No, I think it was. Oh, so what if? So we know Tamara Morrison's in it.
Yes.
And it's 95% that it is going to be the Mandalorian, or it's going to be Boba Fett.
Yeah,
that's what everyone's saying. Because if you wanted to say, everyone's saying if it's a clone that's too old, but what happened to the clones that were left? They were all destroyed, right?
It's not been necessarily explained. It's pretty much under the impression because they lived a half-life, they were kind of phased out. And as we can see in Rebels with Wolf, Gregor, and Rex, they're just off living their retired life, just trying to make the best of their situation. In terms of the ones that actually didn't remove their chips, we have no clue what happened to any of them.
But so here's my thing. What if you have one of these clones that, through whatever way, survived? Maybe they decided we have these clones left, and even though the Kaminoans were told to destroy them because they didn't want them out anymore, they decided to sell them as slaves, or some of them as slaves, or someone decided to sell them as slaves and get more money out of it.
They'd be too old at this point in the timeline to do much.
They'd be
look at Rex. Rex and his
but Rex was of age during that time. So if you have one of these clones that was young, that was only a couple years old, when it was taken, or something like. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, what would happen? How old would the clone be if it was only a few years old instead of 20 or 30 years old?
Like another unaltered clone other than Boba Fett.
Well, even if it's an altered clone, if you have a clone it's Revenge of the Sith until Revenge of the Sith until Last Jedi is
it's
20 years.
It's 19 years from Revenge to A New Hope.
To Jedi would be 20 years. You add another 5.
Jedi, it's 23. Because Luke is 19. Luke and Leia are 19.
So that means if it was.
So and then add 5 years, so 28 years.
So 28 years. So he'd be
56 years.
The clone would be about 60 years old.
However, this is something a lot of people don't know. The clones were grown, as far as we can tell. They're in their peak age of say 20s when we see them in Attack of the Clones and during the Clone Wars, which means they had to have been around for at least 10 years, which means the cloning program started right around or right after Phantom Menace. But
you still have clones being produced.
Constantly being produced, yeah.
So you had clones that were still so somewhere between the embryo stage and old enough to fight, but you also saw the the younger clones that were being trained. So if you took one of those younger clones and put it to 5 years after Return of the Jedi, it'd be about 60 years old.
Yeah.
Because it was altered in the way it ages. But if you had one that was unaltered, because we still know when to put in the chip, If it was done, is it done at, we're going to call it birth, or was it done when it was created? I think it was done probably when it was created was the easiest, because then you also speed up the whole time. You don't have to wait a year for it to be born. And who even knows how old are they when they're born, when they're hatched, or whatever the hell it was? Are they 5 years old or 10 years old? We don't know any of that. There's so many things that it could be, and it's actually really, really, like, it's very viable of an idea that that could be. Everybody saying, "Oh, it's not a clone because he's too old." Well, yes, the clones that we're fighting in the Clone Wars, or we're fighting, in Revenge of the Sith, probably be too old for that, because that would make him, in realistic years, that would make him, 70 years old, or whatever it happened to be. But you take one and you knock a couple years off, 60, okay, that could be 60. Especially if, you do have it as once the chip's removed, it's no longer the aging process, or, whatever, we still don't know these things.
That hasn't really been proved, because Rex, Gregor, and Wolf took theirs out pretty much during the Clone Wars, and they still age at the double rate. Because Season 7 of Clone Wars, Rex is still relatively young. He got his removed. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Clone Wars Season 7 by now. And then it's only from there, it's because it takes place during the events of Revenge of the Sith, so 19 years later. Or really, it's, when you see him, it's only about 17 years later, because Rebels. Because I think, if I remember correctly, he shows up to BBY in the show. Was it Season 2? So, 16, 17 years.
And they're still out there kicking ass. I mean, they're older men.
They're old, so they've aged almost about 35, 40 years since then.
But it's all, once again, it's all, we don't know what happens. And, do they age slower with removing the chip then, or is it, in their molecular biology that they're going to age, and the chip has nothing to do with it? We don't have any of these answers yet. Yeah. So, with my speculations going on that, it changes that way, or it's the Tatooine sun that makes them age old, and that's why Boba Fett. I mean, look at, if you want to go with, there he is, he's back. If you want to go with, why is everyone on Tatooine aging? Obi-Wan aged 40 years in the 20 years he was on the planet.
He physically looks older, but he hasn't actually aged. And it's the same thing with the clones. They haven't actually aged in terms of years. It's just their appearance. It looks older.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. And they also didn't know when they made Star Wars that they were going to be doing all these other things, so they needed to get a younger guy to do it.
Could you imagine George Lucas trying to sell that pitch to 20th Century Fox? He's like, we're going to have these old bald guys, and they got these chips taken out of their heads, and everyone's going to come see this movie.
Yeah, but you could barely even get anything. They barely got it even made the first time. So
call it Attack of the Half-Life guys.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, so that was just my idea. It's like everybody's saying, "Oh, it can't be a clone because of that." And it's like, so what if he wasn't a 20-year-old clone or a 30-year-old clone or whatever, and he was a teenager? So you knock off half of his years. I mean, I don't know. I just think that that's just another possibility that we haven't seen yet, and it would be cool to, maybe take a look at. Just something that popped into my mind today.
Goes. I love all these crazy theories, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, it's Boba Fett. I think most people have said this, and Christian Harloff brought up a good point today. I think it was Harloff, it might have been one of his other co-stars. And basically what they said is, it would be really cool if everybody thinks it's Fett, and then they're like, yo, it's actually a clone. Everybody would be like, okay, that's pretty dope. But then they said, imagine if it was the other way around, where they were trying to sell us that it was, say, Captain Rex or Commander Cody, and then the other way around. where they're trying to sell it to you as a clone, and it happens to be Boba Fett. Whereas people would be more mad if they were trying to sell it to you as Boba Fett, and then they found out it's a clone. They're like, "What? No."
Yeah, I mean, so there's just so many things going on that I don't know, it's just crazy. Because we still don't know anything. Like that's what we were talking about the other night when we did the review.
By the way, that was a really late night.
What's that?
That was a really late night.
It was, but I'm used to those late nights, so it wasn't anything too crazy. We're going to be doing another one this week.
I may pass, but we'll see.
I'll be doing another one this week.
I'm sure you'll find somebody crazy enough to hop on with you.
Well, even if it's not me, it's...
If I stay up to watch it, I'm absolutely passing out afterwards, no question. Now, do you think it's just going to be like a normal episode ending this week? Like, instead of like trying to hype everything up to some big cliffhanger? Because I think season 1 did a pretty good job of that. They bookended it with cliffhangers. And I think that's a pretty much tried and true method that they could do that. Except for that one episode where we saw, what's her name there? The bounty hunter after she was, spoiler alert, killed.
Finnick
Shand.
Finnick Shand.
When she was killed and we saw the boots walking up in the long cape. And somebody brought a good point up to me today. And they said, the person who walked up to her body had a long black cape. And you remember it was a few days ago, I was like, oh, it could have been Cobb Vanth. And they're like, well, you do notice Cobb Vanth doesn't really wear a black cape. And I was like, okay, you got a good point there. It probably was Boba Fett. And then there was the other theory that it could have possibly been Gideon. But now that we know that Boba Fett has been out there surviving in the desert, it's more than likely it was Boba Fett that found her body. And then there's another crazy theory I read today that would... I don't know how believable it is. This is a really stupid theory that some people discussed and tried to figure it out. You remember in that sequence where he's first going to Mos Pelgo in Chapter 9? And there's that quick shot of him camping out with the Tusken Raiders, like doing the sign language with them at the camp.
Mm-hmm.
There is one Tusken Raider that is sitting slightly away from the campfire. And there's a running theory that Tusken is actually Boba Fett in disguise.
Okay.
Because he's got the rifle and the stick. What do they call that stick? I'm drawing a blank here. Gaffy stick. So there's this running theory that Boba Fett was right there in plain sight the entire episode dressed as a Tusken.
All right. Pauline, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by.
But it's a pretty crazy theory, so I'm not buying it until Lucasfilm, shows in a future episode, like, I was in plain sight right in front of you, Mando. Could you imagine how crazy that would be? They'd be like, yo, Boba was, like, in that whole episode with us the whole time? It'd be even crazier if he was involved in the fight, if he was disguised as a Tusken, then we're like, well, was he in the fight with the Krayt Dragon with us the whole time, too? Because you do notice he's interestingly close to the events of that happening. So it would be something if he was a part of that fight with them instead of just observing. Everyone seems to be thinking he's observing, so.
I just sent this in for Kylo because here he is. Boba is alive. We saw him.
Yes, he is alive. Everyone seems to think it's him, so yes, we are going with he is alive for this current time.
That's what we were just discussing, We think it's him.
We're pretty sure it's him, but we're not 100% sure it's him.
There's a lot of people it could be.
There's a couple million clones, but they're probably too old to be him because they would look like a grandpa at that point. So
Well, yeah, and the other thing is too, like we were talking about, if they had all these unaltered clones, did the Empire come in and just destroy the facility? Because we find out later on that they still used clones after that until they realized that there was a virus that was only attacking the attack of the clones. That was only right. Well, that was going after the clones.
Did you say Blue Shadow virus?
No, it wasn't the Blue Shadow virus. And Kylo said, Christina's back, yay. She was either at work on her break or driving home from work.
Okay.
We're supposed to have James on tonight, but he had internet issues, so he didn't get to come on.
Where is Rural tonight?
I don't know. This is late for him. He's back working mornings, so
That's true. Yeah. So, makes sense.
he only stops by for special occasions or if there's something going on, or the occasional septic tank now being later on. But yeah, so Kylo and I had we got into it a few times because tomorrow morning I was like, yeah, but we don't know it's Boba Fett. He's like, it's got to be Boba Fett. It's confirmed. I was like, but no one confirmed it. Like
nobody's confirmed because nobody at Lucasfilm wants to go out on a limb and be like, hey, we're actually going to tell you what this is. No,
it's like waiting. Yeah, so it's like, and it wasn't even reputable sources that confirmed it.
No, it never is.
It's like, and like even if it was one of the leakers that confirmed it, it wasn't even one of the reputable leakers that confirmed it. It was like, we got this covered, or it was like somebody like that.
Joke.
Like it was like some like asshat that fucking confirmed it, and then everybody ran with it because somebody else said it, and then it's like, well, if Patrick says it's confirmed, and then I say it's confirmed, and then he says it's confirmed because I confirmed him saying it, that's 3 confirmations, so it must be true. And then everybody ran with it. Which there's probably
that I just made that all up.
There's a really good chance that it is going to be him, but there's still the chance it could be nobody. It could be a clone from, it could be a clone that didn't fight the wars, that was too young, that somehow got off Camino for whatever reason, as unlikely that is. But it's like, yeah, it's just because we saw the actor that played his father doesn't mean it's him. And I'm not saying it's not him, so you can't come in and say, hey, you said it wasn't him. I'm not saying that it wasn't him. I'm just saying.
You're saying there's more options.
Yeah. Oh, definitely more options. So we'll have to see what happens, in the next episode. But that's what we were talking about the other night.
Well, we think it's the next episode, but at the same time, that might be one of those things they hold on to till like next season.
Yeah, there's no there's no guarantee that they're even going to deal with it with this episode.
They literally might not touch that topic again until another season. It could be season 4 before we even see him again. But why would they do that? Because Dave Filoni is very much a man about threading story stuff together. So chances of it, not coming back by the end of the season, pretty slim. They don't have to do much with him, though. They could do just a little tiny thing and be like, all right, this is your little crumb, and we'll give you more in another season.
I mean, yeah, it's like they might not even touch upon it again. Like you said, this season, what if they never talked about it again?
Then it's got to come up in another show. Or a book or a comic. Because if they don't, the fans are going to drive themselves insane.
Good, let them.
Look at the stuff they did with, like Clone Wars Season 7, when they didn't finish Clone Wars Season 7. Or, at the time, they, finished Season 6, and they just left that story kind of wide open with a couple, loose threads. The fans went nuts. And they were like, "We want Clone Wars season 7," and then they finally did it.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. It's like you might not get it right away.
Yeah, you just got to be patient, especially during these times. That's why I'm a little bit, because they're always generally 6 months to a year ahead. Pretty much most of this season was done about 8 months to a year ago, other than the music elements. The music stuff gets added in last generally while they're doing the editing process. I'm more interested to see what season 3 looks like during COVID production. That'll be a testament to 2021 editing skills right there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all. See, it's like things get put off. They just started doing it now. It's just there's so many things that are going into it that it's like I don't even know.
It's like the Marvel stuff, man. Like, where's the Marvel stuff that's been promised forever? Everybody's been crazy about that.
Yeah, but that wasn't done because of COVID.
Well, some of it wasn't, and then other stuff just got put off. So I know.
But it's like so there's like a lot of your primetime television shows. Because of when COVID hit, they were able to do short seasons of 16 episodes instead of 22 or whatever they're supposed to be, because back in my day, funny, they were 26 episodes or more, for TV shows.
Yeah, like Star Trek, man.
Yeah, but like, if you buy, a CD set from the 90s or early 2000s, there was an extra bunch of episodes on there, for your complete seasons.
Bro. Oh my gosh, bonus discs.
And now, like, I understand, like, a lot of your smaller ones, like your non-network TV shows, like your HBOs or Showtimes or whatever, they're doing 8 or 10 or 12 shows because that's what they can get away with. And they're telling a story. They don't have to stretch it out for 20 episodes or whatever, an extra 5 or 6 episodes for advertising, to keep that advertising money in there. So, but
it depends on your strategy.
I mean, your sci-fi networks do, but ABC and NBC or whatever, they don't, because they've shrunk those down to 20 or 22 episodes for the most part. But that's like the Mandalorian. What are we going to get? We don't even know yet. Runtimes that's been rumored. They're all going to be about the same time, so they're all going to be about 50, 55 minutes.
I think we could have as short as 40, 45 on a few, but probably minimum 45. I would say roughly. Nothing longer than, or nothing. I think they're going to keep them under an hour. I don't know. Technically, because of some of the stuff that's going to be happening, I could seriously see the season finale being an hour long. Because we're getting into some crazy, groundbreaking territory with the show. It could push up to an hour for the finale. I could see that for sure. Because
that would be nice.
Once we got through season 1, and you start, getting introduced to all these characters, then you're really starting to see these, players in the game. They're descriptive. It's kind of like a D&D campaign where you're like writing out like your storyline for all your characters, and then you're like, all right, now it's time to play. So we've got most of our description done on our characters and what they're like. Now it's about time to start playing the game.
Yeah. Oh, good. We get to fight now. Oh, smack! Look who it is. Girl Kylo coming in.
Oh, no.
Christina, what's going on?
It's creepy.
I'm still working.
I thought you were just at home.
No, I'm still working. Still 11.
How much longer are you working? When are you done working?
Saturday is the last day.
Okay.
So, but
You're pretty much a night sister at this point.
I mean, she really. That's why she hasn't been on. She's been for the last 2 months. She's been working 12-hour days, 7 days a week.
Do you work on Dathomir with terrible cell service? Is that why you haven't been able to get on?
Yeah, no, it's because I'm not home. I'm at my job at the house.
Okay.
So, but right now I'm on cell phone. I'm sorry. So
That's all good. I mean, yeah, you're busy work. You're working 7 days a week, 12-hour
Yeah.
days. I mean, and then you got to go home, and then you got to go back to work, and then so that makes it 14 or 16 hours by the time you do everything else. So there's really not. Oh, look who it is coming in here.
Just maybe the
He's gonna be
creepiest
happy to see you.
Oh, hell yeah! There she is.
yeah.
Welcome back. Who's got their volume up? I'm echoing.
Michael.
Come on, man.
What?
Turn your volume down. We're all echoing.
We need to get Christina a red lightsaber, like stat.
Yeah, true. I agree. She would look. That looks like, yeah, definitely a night sister.
Yeah.
It said she looks like she's on Dathomir right now.
Is that better now?
Yes.
A little bit, I guess.
Maybe.
Somebody's echoing.
It's definitely Michael. He's the only one that's got walls other than me. Well, you do too, technically, but you got no echo on your end. I hear you straightforward, Kylo.
Yeah, no, because I don't have my monitor on. I'm walking through the house, so that my phone's the only thing that has this video on. Christina, it's awesome to see you. I've missed you.
I know I miss y'all too, but after next Monday I'll be at home. So just a couple more days, man.
Couple more days, and we'll have the whole crew back together.
So are you gonna be available for the septic on Saturday or no?
Saturday not yet. No, Saturday is my last day. Saturday will be my last day here. So no.
Okay.
So, but after that, I'm available anytime. So.
Everybody is sleeping here at the house, so I have to go down to the office.
And it's cold.
Very cold.
Yeah, it's cold here.
We actually had to kick the heat on here today.
Yeah, I finally gave in and turned mine on too.
I was like, I'll do blankets for most of the day, and eventually you just hit that point where it's just like, no, time to turn the heater on.
Yeah, well, I made it all the way to November this year, so.
Yeah, it's surprisingly here. It's normally never this cold this early. So
where are you at?
We're North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I live close to the ocean, so it stays mostly warm most of the year.
Usually we're not that cold here yet either.
So, and then they keep saying it's going to be a warmer, drier winter, but at this point, I don't know what to believe, man. The weather's been insane this year.
We'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, it's a wait and see game. I say just prepare yourself for the worst and, just roll with it.
Just like anything else in life, hurry up and wait.
Oh, yeah? Oh, fuck yeah, dirty night, yeah.
Okay, that was creepy. You have a friend now.
I'm sorry.
Is she another night sister?
Yeah, this gets crazy here. But
that's okay.
I'll hop on after I leave. I'm almost leaving.
Sorry, you don't need to get off now.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Kyla, have you been working on any cool new stuff lately?
No, not yet.
Took a little bit of a break.
Yeah, plus I'm trying to figure out. I just got the baby or the child Lego set.
Oh, you did manage to get it?
Yeah. So that's going to be targeted as something I'm going to be doing. I just haven't figured out when. I might do it this week.
I heard a lot of parents on the internet are trying to buy that for their kids for Christmas because it's like a hot ticket item this year.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that has the Lego logo on it is like going to run you a bunch of money, and if you can't get it, you're going to have to pay premium on eBay.
That's okay because I knew about it and I pre-ordered it, so that's how I have it.
There you go.
So I'm already ahead of the game on that. So I pre-ordered it and it's already here. It's ready to get built. Don't mind me. I'm trying to set this phone up so I don't have to hold it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go get a snack or something here.
Well, who else we got coming in? Jay, how are you doing, Jay?
It's the man, the myth, the Sith legend. He's probably on an audio delay, but that's okay.
Last time he tried to come in, he had audio issues.
Have to play around with his mic, I guess. All right. I'm going to go on a walk. Hopefully I don't lose you, Michael.
Jay, are you there? Jay, can you hear me? Hello, Jay. No? Nothing, Jay? All right, we'll see if we can come back on.
Yeah, he's probably having an audio issue.
He did the last time I was trying it. Well, actually, I think maybe, I don't know. If it was last time he came on, he was okay? Or...
I wonder if Junior's going to jump in.
Oh, well, finally. Huh. I've been having a lot of trouble with all this internet trouble.
Oh, and he just left. And Patrick's making himself a sandwich right now.
His audio was really choppy.
Nothing. James is supposed to come on, and he was having internet issues because, Canadian Jawas. So I just said, hey, anybody want to come on? Come on. And that's where we're at. What did you think of The Mandalorian? I haven't talked to you about that. I haven't talked to you since.
I didn't talk to you. I think we briefly spoke Saturday about Septic, and we both were like, no, because it was Halloween. Yeah. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first episode.
Yeah.
How they went back and took it back to Tatooine, and and I think this season is going to be interesting. Now that they've already kind of established and introduced the main players' characters, now it's time to go on what Rural would call it, their story. Well, speaking of Rural, this is brought to you by MRLA, where we make rural farm boy loved again.
Mr. LA.
Mr. LA. Yeah. So
We need to start a GoFundMe for Rural to go to a celebration, and then he has to wear a T-shirt that says "Mr. LA" the whole time.
Oh, hell
he's
yeah.
there.
what did you think about the possibility, or what did you think about them showing Tamara Morrison at the end?
I loved it. I caught bits and pieces of you guys discussing that because I was running around trying to get stuff done and make sure everybody was settled in for the night. And I believe he might have been that Tuscan Raider that was, or Sand People or whatever. Somebody, Sand People for you politically correct fuckers out there. I think that was him that was sitting back, just like observing. I do believe that is Boba, but like you guys were going back and forth about, it's not 100% confirmed yet. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to get into a pissing contest over that. I'll just wait till it's confirmed, and then I'll shoot off my confetti for calling it ahead of time.
I'll slap my Boba Fett socks on as soon as I find out.
Yeah.
Michael,
Yeah,
I will
man.
literally show up on your stream like next week if that happens. I'll show up in Boba Fett socks.
Nothing else.
If they, maybe if you get like 100 people on Patreon, then we can do that stream.
Are you going to have two pairs of Boba Fett socks, or are you just going to go with the one Boba Fett sock? Oh, shit, wrong tank.
It depends on, I don't know.
I'm sorry, that question was for the wrong tank. This is the Bacta tank. I apologize.
That's the septic tank question, yeah. What I will
septic
say...
tanks, 9 p.m. on Saturday nights. I'm putting a plug in for it, Gannon, so we can get more viewers there.
We can get some more viewers, yeah. Let's do it.
All right, so yeah, we got Spencer in here saying that that's definitely for sure Boba Fett at the end.
I wasn't saying I believe that, but after hearing you guys, after hearing you two go back and forth about it, I'm just going to leave it be until it's fully confirmed. Because I still stand on my belief from season 1 with the Spurs and all that. And,
is he on the StarWars.com databank? Have we ever checked?
He's on IMDb, listed as Boba Fett, but
he's listed as Boba Fett on IMDb for that episode, right? Or is it for the series?
I don't know. But my whole thing with IMDb is you don't really know for sure if it is going to be if it's correct, because IMDb has a lot of errors on there because a lot of times you put stuff on there yourself, or people do it for you, or it's not as bad as Wikipedia are great, but people can add stuff on there, so if enough of us write that Han Solo is Chewbacca's father, if enough of us put that on there and confirm it and keep doing it, then it's going to be on there until they take it off. So if you're if you're basing your Star Wars knowledge on something you read off of Wikipedia, I mean, you really have no credit or no credence in saying anything.
I've always used Wikipedia as a supplementary, not as my official.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, but you have to have, if there's something you don't know, you can say, hey, whatever. But you have to be able to think for yourself and know what you're talking about and have it as an extra source.
I definitely tell people to go ahead and read the books and comics and get your conclusions from that first, and then if you need to reference back, look at your guidebooks or Wikipedia for extra confirmation.
Definitely.
All right, cool. That's set then. I will do Rural Farm Boy's job since he's not here tonight, as I will monitor the chat. But we really don't have to worry about that because we don't have ass clowns in our chats.
No, there's only once or twice. That's when I was, first getting started.
Well,
And
I figured we would be catching a little bit of static after that last damn septic tank.
when you did your expose on people that tell lies just so they can sell T-shirts.
Yeah.
The Mr. LA stream.
Yeah, the Mr. LA stream. We'll call it that.
It's one of my most viewed septic tanks. Let me check on here, and I'll tell you what we where we're standing at for it right now.
That actually got talked about Sunday morning when we were standing in line waiting to get the Artist Series Batmans. It was brought up because, of course, I had a mask on, so one of the guys didn't recognize me at first. They were talking to some other YouTuber that doesn't like me very much because I call people on their BS all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought up, and then I went and I pulled my mask down. Like, oh my god, it was you. I go, oh my god, it was me. But they're like, but why did you go to YouTube with it? I go, because YouTube is where everything extended from. It's like where this person started attacking this poor man. So yeah, I took it straight to YouTube. Because I took it to Twitter, but it didn't get nowhere. It only started a witch hunt. So I took it to YouTube, and everybody's been quiet since.
Where's septic tank on here? Full list.
I'm surprised it hasn't been reported to try to have them take it down.
What could they hit you for, though?
Some might turn around and say that it's defamation of character or slander, but you really can't pin that.
Can't prove that because it wasn't like you were trying to blacklist them from getting work.
No.
You were just calling their character into question.
Right.
Well, there's no question about it, but.
But you know how some people get.
Yeah. So, I had 55 views on episode 25. I had 53 views on episode 53. Episode 28 was 57. So you're saying it's somewhere around the 50 mark. I don't know why I went to 27. 27 was 74. I don't know why that one was so big. 102 views on this last one. So twice as many views than normal for that show.
That's awesome.
And
Mike, I'm going to step out just for a few minutes until I'm done eating.
All right, dude.
I'll be right back.
All right. I gained 11 new subscribers from that episode, which makes sense because I had a bunch of people that unfollowed me. So they probably caught wind of the episode through Twitter and clicked on it and then said, oh, gee, instead of going and saying we're sorry for being idiots, we're just going to go and subscribe to him again.
That's just a bonus. If the people start coming back because I exposed the truth, then so be it. I lost a few, but it was probably just those like 5 or 6 that I gained through that little scam artist channel.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, it got a bunch of views on it. And that's like my and it wasn't monetized. I mean, it did finally get monetized, but all of my live streams now have to be actually reviewed by a person, because I had one or two that had been marked and aren't suitable for everyone to watch, and now every single one of my live streams get hit that it has to be manually reviewed, which so I should, if I was worried about the money, technically I should take it off after it is on there, and then I could probably take it and put an intro on there and edit it and upload it, and it would come on within a couple hours. But I just leave it and whatever. So I'm not here for the money. It would be nice if I actually made some money. So if you want to go ahead and send some of those super chats in, you got super chats on there. Feel free to do that. But yeah. So I don't get mad at the most views come right after, within a day or two, and it takes me a day or two for it to get cleared to be monetized. So by then, kind of like my video that I did, I did a reaction video of The Mandalorian, and that had 800 views, I think. It had, I think, 600 views, 700 views while it was on. And then it wasn't monetized. It took two or 3 days for them to review it and just say, yeah, it's okay. It just got monetized yesterday. So I only have, out of those, I had 800 views and made 70 cents off of it. What are you going to do? It's more about getting the name out there and seeing what's going on and doing it because I like to do it. So I'm going to be doing it anyways. Why not, have somebody hang out with me and do it like Patrick came on.
Gannon just hit a super chat.
Patrick, that's what I'm talking about, brother.
The salad is delicious. Also, hashtag Mr. LA.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you very much. Those are appreciated.
Thank you, sir. Now we can turn around and it's half a t-shirt.
A quarter of a t-shirt. You got to remember, I was going to be like, oh, yeah, but we're going to leave that up there until it goes away.
It said, Jay has a question in the chat. I'm waiting for him to ask it.
Yeah. And Jay, we know that you've been having internet issues ever since we met you. So, go ahead and ask us what your question is.
He asked if he should look for, this ain't the question he's about to ask, but he asked a few minutes ago in the chat, should he search Amazon for hotspots? I told him, yeah. Because he might be able to do a little bit better with his internet if he had a hotspot. Maybe.
Well, is it then the question about that for your internet, is it your internet that is the issue, or is it where you are, or is it your modem that's the issue? If you have just like the lowest basic, bits per second that you can upload or stream with, then you might not be able to do it. It's not going to make a difference what you get. If you're too far away from where that is, then you might need an extender. Like with me, I had to get a Wi-Fi extender to go back here in the office now where I am. Because, it's a New York City apartment. It's 80 feet long. and only 12 feet wide or 15 feet. Well, a little bit wider in here, but depending on how it's set up. But I can, if you want, Jay, I can look at some stuff for you, and I'll send you a link. We just need to figure out what the issue is. If it's where your modem is, you can run. Why don't you right now run a test? Just go to internet speed test, and you should be able to check it out right there. Patrick, dude, coming in with a $20 super chat, dude. Yeah. Come on.
What items are we getting? What Star Wars items are you getting family members for the holidays this year? Atlanta's Vader's Castle Return should also be out this week for comic fans. I just saw a child, or I guess it's easier to call it Baby Yoda. Whatever. I hate calling it Baby Yoda. Or Michael calls it Yoju. So I guess because it's Michael's show, we'll call him Yoju. I found a Yoju at Target on Sunday. Well, all right. Well, that was yesterday. Yesterday morning, and it was like those toys, but when you push on its head, its eyes and ears moved, and it made like small child, like infant noises. $60 friggin' dollars.
I probably won't be getting anything Star Wars. Maybe Delilah. I was lucky that Danielle loves the Baby Yoda pillow pal or whatever it is that I bought for her. I thought she was just going to be like, fuck you for buying this for me and not even give it a chance. But she secretly loves Baby Yoda. So that was kind of a good play on my part. But I really don't think I can swing anything else Star Wars wise to get her.
The doormat.
Oh, she's out in the kitchen because I just heard her say the doormat. There's a Yoda door.
I told you that I literally love that you won't.
Yeah, she got back today.
Oh, she's back from her vacation. Welcome back.
Kylo says welcome back. Guy Kylo.
Thank you.
She said thank you.
I say hello. Making this mac and cheese and going to sleep. Okay?
Okay, I love you.
You want me to save you some?
Yes, please.
Can I shut this door?
Please.
That's a good woman. You got yourself a good woman, especially when she puts up with our shit, your shit. As a good woman, because a lot of chicks won't put up with the shit we do.
Definitely not. But yeah. So Patrick's saying that the Vader's castle. I have that ordered through Amazon, and Amazon's telling me it's going to take fucking forever for me to get that. I think. Let's see. Let's go to open orders. Amazon's telling me that Beware Vader's Castle isn't going to be released until January 26th. Ronnie, sorry, we'll get to your question. we gotta take the super chats. Super chats get first priority. So that's why we kind of skipped over your question and went to his. Not that we don't like your question and it's not valid. Just when people are dropping super chats on us, we got to address those. First. That's kind of the rules of YouTube and super chats being out there. Or if you're a Patreon supporter, you can get on the Patreon page for just a couple $1 a month too. But yeah, so it's telling me right here. I'm looking at it. Star Wars Adventures: Beware Vader's Castle. That's the one by Kevin Scott. Let me take a better look at that here. Because that's the hardcover one that I got, that I ordered. The paperback. Oh, that's last year's from May 7th. I'll have to look into that and see a little bit better. Who's IDW?
I don't know.
I don't get. I get my, and I can't call them free things. I get my advanced copies or screening copies, which maybe we'll talk about something tonight when we do a "What's in the Box" little part, which I need to really get on doing videos and stuff, even if it's whatever. I've already talked about this a million times, but I'm looking right now. I need to do Funko review, 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 Black Series, Black Series, Black Series, Black Series, Black Series, Black Series. You don't even want to know what's behind.
Or what?
Huh?
Looks like we got some videos to do this week.
Yeah, dude. I'm all about them videos, man. IDW is a comic publisher. Star Wars Adventures: Beware Vader's Castle, hardcover, January 26, 2021. But yeah, I got to start pumping out some content. Just because I have, I don't know what's going to happen when I go back to work in a couple of days. Or go back to the doctor in a couple of days if they're going to clear me or not. Shadow of Vader's Castle. Yeah, this. So I don't know if this is a collection of all of them that's coming out on the 26th. I guess I could probably look at that and see. Why would anyone break into the dreaded stronghold of Vader to find out spooky graphic novel for middle graders? Most terrifying villains and creatures. And blah blah. Collects the 2 5-issue series. Star Wars Adventures, Tales from Vader's Castle, and Star Wars Adventures, Return to Vader's Castle. There you go. Yeah, and then I need to find out too. There used to be a way because I am now affiliated with Amazon. So if there's something I think people should want and should get and take a look at, I put it up there and I get my own special code, and then people put that code in, and I make a few bucks off it, and literally it's like 3% of the sales or whatever. So like this Vader book is $20. I would get what 60 cents if they sold one, or 50 cents.
Yeah, Yeah, but if they sell enough of them, it makes you a couple bucks.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's once again you don't get rich, but that's what I'm saying. Go check out the Audible. Audible, sign up for the free trial for Audible. You get 2 free books for signing up. Well, it depends on which package you go with, but I believe it's 2 free books for just signing up. And you can decide if you like it or not, and then go ahead and cancel them. But there used to be you could do an entire page of things. I don't know if that's still an option or not. I need to talk to someone and find out, because I could say here's my Amazon page, and you can go to my page and be like, okay, I like this, 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 and this. So I could not just have to go and list the links all the time. I could have you go to my page and you'd see, you could see the 10 Funko Pops I suggest, and the books I suggest, and this and that and everything else, instead of having to do it link by link. I got to figure that out too, because that would be, that's much better. A much better way to go, definitely. I got to go all the way back up here to Patrick's. All right, but Jay, get into your question now. Junior's on live.
Is he?
Yep.
Shit, why am I in top chat? My bad.
So, Boba Fett and canon did not survive the Sarlacc pit. Boba Fett and canon died. Unless we find out in The Mandalorian that he survived, then we'll find out how. In Legends, it is said that the Sarlacc could not take him with the Mandalorian armor, so that's how he was able to escape. In another book, he was able to escape because he used his blaster to get out of it, so it spit him out. Another one, I think he used his blaster and blasted a hole in its side and then got out. So there's not any one real thing. What is kind of agreed upon is that he got out of the Sarlacc and took his armor off. For whatever reason. And, then the stories kind of go from there. That's why, people would say, oh, it should all be canon. Well, okay, fine. What story should be canon then? Because there's 4 different stories. Kind of like where you get into the canon of, when Ahsoka fought Maul, in the book, then what happened in the Clone Wars Season 7. But that's where you kind of have some wiggle room, and, the books take the movies and TV shows take precedence over the books. So it's your interpretation, and you can kind of stretch what happened in the book to what happened in the movie or whatever. And then, like what Patrick and I talked about, in the Aftermath books, Cobb Vanth finds the armor and on Tatooine with somebody else. And I forget if he kills the other guy or sets the other guy up or whatever, so he gets to keep the armor for himself. And then he goes, to the town and whatever. On The Mandalorian, he gets picked up by Jawas and has something the Jawas want, so he trades for the Mandalorian armor. But, the thing I brought up, this is a story he's telling Din Djarin. Cobb Vanth is telling the story about what happened. We don't know if the story's true, because he might want to say, I killed my buddy so I could keep the armor. That's not the way you build trust with somebody you just met, when you need their help to go do something or whatever it happens to be. So the story that, that's the thing. What he's telling the story doesn't mean it's the way that it happened. which we might find out later, or we might never find out, or we might find out in 10 years from now that that's not the story that actually happened. So, it's just, it doesn't really, like that's my thing. What we were told in the book is different than what we're told in the TV show. The TV show supersedes canon-wise what we found out in the book. But we don't even know if that's true because it's not something they showed us. It's a story we were told by someone else. Not that we really have any reason to not believe him, but there's a perfect good explanation on why that might not be true. If that makes sense. Okay, so IDW is a. So I need to get a hold of IDW. I need to get a hold of a lot of these producers. Oh shit! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Hey, what's up?
What are you doing, stepbrother?
Well, I'm on my way home.
Don't give me that fucking look, Kylo.
What's up, girl?
What's up? I'm on my way home. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So you done with work? Yep, we're still going. It's gonna be fun, man. We get Christina back in here full time again. We get Rural popping in and out again. This will be fun. It'll be good times again over the winter. Gannon. Oh man. Oh, look at Junior's in there. Hey, Christina, baby girl said hello.
And she's out.
Oh well. Yeah, kiddo has been excited, waiting. She can't wait for Christina to come back. She loves her.
Well, at least there's. I'm not even going to do it, but yeah. Yeah, I'm happy for that too. What's up, Junior?
I can't wait for Junior to get back from vacation, man.
What's up?
What's going on, kid? What do you want to know? Ask a question. We got the answers. Besides, she hasn't seen Mandalorian yet, so I'm gonna try to sidetrack that.
Okay. So we won't do any Mandalorian talk right now.
Yeah, because she's like, "Oh my God, Dad, you guys are talking. Are you guys talking about?" Like, here, I'll tell him. We'll cut it off for a little bit, and then once you're gone, we'll get back to it. How cold is it up here? Earlier, like an hour or so ago, it was like 40, maybe 41. What's it like out there in New York?
It's probably about mid-40s right now. The other day it got down to 30. Or 34 or whatever. So, I had to go pick up our winter coats. I dropped them off at the dry cleaner. I had to go pick them up.
I woke up this morning, it's 26 degrees. It's like, holy cow.
Christina, what are you even talking about right now?
Huh?
So, except my boyfriend is being annoying and not responding. How do you have a boyfriend?
Huh?
How does she have a boyfriend?
Because she's in high school.
All right, give me his number. I'll call him.
That's a whole different conversation for a whole different time.
Off camera.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But in his fairness, he is a good kid. I know his dad. His dad's okay people. So I don't know how they can really call a boyfriend girlfriend. They don't do anything. They don't go anywhere. They just talk on the phone. She's on vacation down in Tennessee in the mountains.
Tennessee? What's going on in Tennessee?
They're down there bounty hunting liars.
I stand that.
I don't know. So, yeah, I got to work Wednesday and I got the rest of the week off. So we should try to find some time to squeeze in some of your few minute videos you want to do.
I mean, yeah, I have. I gotta, without even going anywhere, I got the 10-inch boba I want to do. I mean, there's one video, but I could probably do that with the do that together with the Mandalorian one. Get those 2 10-inches out of the way in the same video. I think I have 2 or 3 Baby Yodas around here that I need to do, if not more. Or I might just do one with pull all the Baby Yodas I have, because I believe I have them all. Pull all those together and just do a Baby Yoda one.
No, you still got one coming.
Oh yeah. And I got a Darth Vane for you, or Darth. I got something for you. I owe you something.
You got that one coming, so don't shoot that one. We'll do that one next. We'll try to get that one done next week when it shows up.
All right. I got that Luke and Leia combo. I got the McCory Boba Fett or Stormtrooper or whatever it is. Boba Fett to do. I got the 2 Galaxy Edge ones. I have just right now what I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Funko Pops. Or 8 Black Series to do. And I know there's a lot more because I just got a case in the other day. So, I have a bunch opened up. We could basically do a video every day and be good for a couple weeks. Now, obviously, I would like to record a bunch of the videos, as many as possible, in one day, and then post one every couple of days, and end it up over a month or 2 months if I'm doing 2 or 3 a week, or whatever, just depending on how it comes out. Because once again, I tell people this isn't for it would be nice to make some money off of it, but it's more for friends and hanging out and socializing with people that I haven't seen in a while. And then once the subject's back, but it's And it's funny, though, because a lot of people don't comment on YouTube about it. They'll send me a message on Twitter or on Facebook and be like, "Hey, I like that toy you got, or I like that figure you got, or whatever it is," which is fine. Yeah, it'd help out if they put it on there, but whatever. It's not. I'm not really, worried about it that much. But yeah, in regards to the septic tank from the other night, I had a few people. They didn't really say anything to me, but somebody said, "Hey, is that video up?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's the last one. It's this one. Here's the link." And they never said anything or responded to it. They just kind of, I don't know. But
I mean, it is what it is. It had to happen, and it happened.
yep. Oh no, I definitely agree with that. So. All right, well, I guess it's about that time. So, we're going to cheat a little bit.
Okay.
What do you want the Amazon referral for? Basically, if it's on Amazon, I can make a referral for it and post it. So, for that book, is that what you want for that book? I'll make a referral for that, and then I will put it on Twitter, and I will tag you in it.
What the hell is that? I think I ordered something that you had the referral on. I think.
I think you did too, but I'm trying to get to that. I'm trying to figure out how they have it set up for the way things look because just a minute. I had 85 clicks and I think that's for 85 people on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook clicked on it, and I think 2 people got it. But now with the action figure that you clicked on, I don't think I get paid for that until
it gets paid for, probably.
Until it gets shipped.
That's a badass figure. I don't collect a lot of Black Series, but that thing is awesome looking. Let me get back over here. What's going on here? How was your day, Michael? Junior's asking how your day was.
It was pretty good, man. Yeah, I'll have to look for that link later. I just tried to do it now, but I wasn't doing very well with it. All right, so we're going to cheat a little bit here because these didn't come in a box. These actually came from GameStop.
Okay.
What
do you got? I haven't been at GameStop. They're probably gonna start calling and see if I'm all right because I haven't been in there like a week and a half.
Well, the first one was this guy right here.
The IG-11.
Yeah.
I found one of those ones that have the Imperial credits with them.
Yep.
It was at Target. It was the Cara Dune. My other wife.
Yeah, I don't remember if that one was. So I mean, you see him in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the 2 blasters, but he's got the Imperial credit with him. I'm not sure. Whatever, and then.
How much did that one cost you?
I don't even remember.
Because I know the one at Target, the Cara Dune, was like $25.99 or something.
I think these ones might be for $24.99. I'm not sure. And then this guy right here, the Gaming Greats Jango Fett.
I saw that one. I have a coupon with GameStop where I get a free action figure, which includes Black Series, but the box was completely screwed on it.
And then when I went there, they told me they had 2 more exclusives that I didn't know about. The one I think I haven't ordered, though, so it'll be coming later. And then that's the... I think it's a Trooper or something like that with... I don't know if it comes in Fallen Order or whatever. But it's a Death Trooper with an Electro Staff or something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure exactly how it goes. But I'm pretty sure. I got to double check. I think I have that one pre-ordered.
Oh, hell, Cat's here.
Hey, Vader's girl, 28. How are you doing? What is up with you? You're back. Yeah, the IG-11 is pretty cool. Let's see here. Go to my sign-in. Oh, so I did order that. The Trooper. The Fallen Order Electro Staff Purge Trooper and Black Series figure only at GameStop. So I did get that one. Where can I just tell all my orders? Order history. Yep, so I'm still waiting for... I have the 7 figures coming in from Ahsoka, or the 5 figures coming in at GameStop itself, and then the 1 for Ahsoka still hasn't shipped yet. That showed me 2 different ones, though. Oh, no. Well, here we go. The one is... Did I just order that other one recently? The one is showing me should be here tomorrow. That is the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Scout Trooper.
Okay.
Estimated delivery November 2nd, which is today. On October 31st, the package was transferred to a Brooklyn post office. So that doesn't really surprise me. It's been shit here for packages lately.
Here too.
Oh, the Electro Staffed one, I didn't order yet because I was going to try and find out. I just don't want to pay the extra $4 for shipping if I can go somewhere and pick it up. But if it doesn't make sense for me to go pay money to go pick it up because I have to pay for a train back and forth, I might as well just order it from here. Unless my store, they should have called me today. There was something else that was supposed to come out today for an action figure that
Mando Mondays, whatever those are.
So yeah, something was supposed to come out. So both those, the one that I have that was supposed to be here today was supposed to come out today. And then they had something else for me, but that's not supposed to be released until today, so they wouldn't let me get it. So basically 3 figures were supposed to come out today, and they only let me pick up those 2. Or 4, whatever it was. Or 3 figures were supposed to come out today. I had the one ordered. The other one I had ordered online. I think that you couldn't get it in the stores anymore. And then this other one I just completely forgot about. But they have one at the store waiting for me. So we'll see if they have an extra one of these up here.
I see capital letters. I am your favorite. Who's favorite?
Well, Ken, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I know, kind of what it's like. Luckily, I went and they burned all my shit off of me, so it gets much better. For me.
Anyways, how's that going for you?
My back after having my back surgery or whatever you want to call it is amazing. I just finished my last round of medicine, and I don't know if it's helping or not because it's also cold outside. So, I had COVID in April, and it didn't get bad until May or June when it got really bad, but because of the heat. And then, it got hot out, and then once it started cooling off is when they started putting me on treatments for my lungs. And, now it's to the point where, I don't have to use my inhaler every time I walk up the stairs or every time I'm walking the dog. It's like 50-50 now. But I don't know if it's because of the medicine or if it's because it's 40 degrees out, not 90 degrees out. Right. But yeah, so for my back, it's technically not surgery because they didn't cut me open, but they stick needles in your spine, and then they put electrodes down the needle, and they use a very high frequency radio waves and burn your nerve endings, so that there's no nerve endings for you to have pain anymore in your back, and with the hopes that once the nerves grow back, that they're not damaged. So it helps a lot. The only thing was, Gannon's saying it's a procedure because technically it's only surgery if they cut you open. But when they're sticking, needles in your spine, It's like, what do you want to, 6 of one, half dozen of another. So, outpatient surgery procedure. I don't know. I tell you, it's like fucking 15 grand or some shit like that, though, if I didn't have insurance. That's why I had it. I had shots the last time. They did a couple rounds of shots. The insurance company said they wouldn't pay for shots anymore. I had to have this done. And then I didn't have health insurance. And then I had health insurance, but it wouldn't cover it. So it was going to be like whatever. I forget what it was. It was like 10 or 15 grand. And then now with me not being out of work, I had you guys pay for that shit. So, just the way it is. But here we go. This is next one right here. Next one right here came in. Kylo.
What's in the bag?
So what's in the box? There's no what's in the bag. It's always what's in the box.
What's in the bag? Or should I just ask what book is?
All right.
Or back pains.
Star Wars After Lucas. A critical guide to the future of the galaxy.
Huh. That looks interesting.
And we got another one here. You're an idiot.
What I do now?
Not you. Where's my mouse? Oh, it's on a different computer.
What's
Patrick.
in the box? Where'd Patrick go? He left.
Oh! This is really weird. Star Wars, Leia, Princess Alderaan.
Is that a comic?
Yeah.
Or what do they call those?
But it says by Claudia Gray. I don't know. I'm going to have to check this out. If this is... I really don't know. I mean... That's some of the art it's giving you. Right in there. Hey. Look at Padme. What's up, Padme? How are you doing?
Mm-hmm. All right, Patrick, have a good night.
I do not remember that, but obviously you told me about it because I went and bought it. Unless you were telling me that it was coming out and I already had it, but then, yeah. And then that's pretty much it for tonight. And then I am still dealing with the whole GameStop issue from before where I was getting double charged. And then they were supposed to send me, then they double charged me again. They refunded my money for the 5, and then double charged me again for the last 2, and never sent them to me. And after multiple phone calls and months, they were supposed to take the charges off and send me the other 2 that they never sent me. Both charges are still on there, and they sent me 1, a kid in jars. Nobody can figure out what's going on. It's still the same thing. They're like, well, no, those are pre-authorization charges. No. The pre-authorization charge is when you order it, they check to make sure you have enough money in the bank.
Right.
And then that comes off in 3 days. That happened back in July. Now, when you charge me in September, on September 4th, 1953, and then on September 15th, 1954, and then again on September 15th, 39.97 or whatever it is, whatever it adds up to be. I was like, I don't understand how you charge me for 2 figures separately on separate dates, then charge me for both figures together. And it's just trying to fight with them because they're idiots and they're just reading a script and can't think with their own fucking brains to understand that, no, it's not a pre-authorization charge. We need to contact the bank for a pre-authorization charge. It's not a pre-authorization charge. So I'm trying to tell you, I need to talk to somebody. And that's what happened the last time after, probably literally calling every day for a month and 20 phone calls. Or, whatever. You understand what I'm trying to say. And then finally someone goes, oh, I see what the problem is here. Because someone actually looked at it and said, oh, yeah, I see it. There's an issue. And used their fucking brain instead of just reading off a script. So, I mean, that's kind of where it was at. And then this last time, 2 times ago when I talked to somebody, they were like, okay, yeah, I see what the issue is. Okay, we're going to take those 2 charges off. And we're going to send out the figures to you. Well, one of the figures came, the Kanan, but not the Ahsoka, and both charges are, all 3 charges are on there, because it was the 2 and then 1 separately. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just keep calling back and keep complaining. And if it doesn't happen the next 1 or 2, I'm just going to have to call the bank and have it canceled because they're not giving me my stuff and they charged me twice. So, and then the last time I was on the phone with them, we got disconnected and I called back and they transferred me to somebody else and they transferred me to somebody else and then I got disconnected again. So I was just like, it's not even worth it right now to try and figure it out or do anything with it.
Very true. I agree with that. We will decide.
But all right, I guess homeboy's not going to show up today.
Guess not.
Junior said that he's good. So,
Homeboy needs to show up one day. He needs to come. He needs to bring it. Face the squadron.
yeah, bring him to the septic tank and see what he knows.
Yeah. We'll hit him with a line of questions. I'll pull questions out of my hat because I don't have some little bowl. Hashtag Mr. Ellen.
So, what do you think we're going to get?
What's up?
Mandalorian.
What do you think we're gonna get? What
For episode 2? Do you think we're going to get these ones coming in, or do you think we're going to get the Boba Fett line going right now, or do you think it's going to be
like new figure wise?
No, like, do you think that they're going to hold off, or do you think the next one's going to deal with them?
No, I don't know. I think they're going to hold off. I think he's going to have to come back to Tatooine because he did say about how he needs to track down other Mandalorians that'll be able to help him bring Yoji to the other Yojos. So I think his part might be held off until they come back to Tatooine. Because I think he's going to leave Tatooine now. And then he's going to find out about Boba still being alive there. Then I think he's going to come back to Tatooine to meet up with him. I don't think they're going to do it in episode 2. Without giving any spoilers for Shorty in the audience.
Patrick said he's got another story. I don't understand what he said. I have one more story for you guys. Motive is developing a new video game. My buddy Paul told me that this is after the fall of the Empire. The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return.
Well,
so we have a new video game coming out?
Well, technically, this is after the fall of the Empire. A New Republic era? Well, I mean, that's cool. Like another good Star Wars game. I mean, none of them have been disappointing in the last ever.
Let's see.
Night, kid.
There, Filthy, it's fixed.
Sorry for the confusion. Yeah, I haven't had any issue with any of the games recently. I got to get back into Squadrons though. I only played it once.
So
I hope they do another Jedi Fallen Order or continuation to that. That would be cool. I want to see where.
yeah, man.
I want to see where they take Cal Estes' or Cal his storyline. Cal Kestis, sorry.
Hey, give me 1 second.
That'd be interesting. Message, what we got here?
So, all right. Patrick, do you know anything about this game? I mean, just that. Yeah, I wasn't paying. Yeah, Mando's 5 years after, but we don't know when this season takes place. How much time has passed? Is it right after, or is it? Did 6 months pass? Did a year pass? Are we going to see a time jump in there? Like, that's the only question that we kind of have is the whole time jump thing or the lack thereof. The Yoju seems much different. I think we talked about that on whatever ungodly hour you had me watching it at 5 in the morning or 7 in the morning when we were talking about it from the night before. And this one he's much more. I think it was you that brought it up, and you said that you liked the fact that he's just sitting back and watching, observing. His demeanor is a lot different. Like in the first season, he was a baby. In this one, he's just kind of sitting there watching to see what's happening. He tries to kill Cara Dune, and in the first one, because he doesn't understand what's going on, or he doesn't understand his own strength, or he doesn't understand that they're friends and they're arm wrestling or whatever. Where right. This one, he knows something's wrong because he sees the guns get pulled on his daddy, and he goes and he hides in his little egg. So he knows enough that he's learned enough, and however much period of time has passed, and it just seems to be a lot more than the beginning of season 1 to the end of season 1.
Yeah, because he ducked into his carrier as soon as the whistling birds came out before they were fired. He knows that those are going to fly all over the place.
But I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like if you watch the way he acted, from the end of season 1 to the beginning of this season, it seems like his maturity or just his demeanor has greatly changed. So there has to be either, he either matured. I mean, shit, kids do fucking crazy shit, one day to the next, and grow up right before your eyes, literally. So is that the case? Or did 6 months pass or a year pass or, how much time passed? And then when we do see him in the previews or in the trailer going, sorry, I got sidetracked. When you do see him in the trailer and he goes and he meets Cara Dune, it seems like, time has passed. It doesn't seem like, hey, my friends I just left, a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago. It's like, friends you haven't seen in a long period of time. Just what it looked like to me. So, I mean, that's the only thing that I'd like to know is how much time passed, because, then that makes it a difference. It's 5 years. The beginning of the story is 5 years after. But if 2 years have passed or a year has passed, that changes kind of where it fits in the timeline, obviously. I mean, it goes in after, but what then happens, in the rest of the timeline that we're trying to fill in, especially if we're looking at, things such as what I went through the timeline last week. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, what? Oh, shit. Link. Somebody's wanting the link.
I mean, that's the only thing I want. It's like, we might not find out. They might not tell us because they don't want us to know until the end of the season. But hopefully we find out so we can just put it in the timeline and, get it figured out that way. Because, well, I have, what book do I have? The Mandalorian art book, but it's not the Art of Mandalorian book. They're two completely different books. And that's my other issue I have too. So it's like, I don't understand why when a novel comes out, they give you the novel a month in advance, 2 months in advance. So you could go ahead and ruin it if you wanted to, like the story. But when the art of book comes out, they give it to you a day or two ahead of time, or you know what I mean? For whatever information's in there that they might spoil, or whenever there's just other books like that of that nature.
You still driving?
It's 45 minutes from
Holy shit.
like 45 minutes. Yeah, but I'm close.
Like, you still driving? God damn.
I'm on the dome. I'm on the dome. I hear an echo. Is that me?
Somebody's had an echo all night.
What y'all talking about?
Just whatever. We're just talking.
Oh, the Mandalorian novel. I completely forgot about that, man.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah.
Are you up on your Mandalorian lore, Kylo?
Well, I did not got to see the new one yet. But But I will. I will. Sometime. Then if you're late.
What's up?
You're just quiet.
Oh, I was trying to look at something. All right, so what the hell? Oh, so what's new with you, Christina?
Like I said, I'm still working. Still Saturday. Still you'll be over. You'll be over with it. I'm getting there. Start collecting again. Well, I bought a big old Star Wars thing today. Let me see if I can grab it. A big old Millennium Falcon.
What is that? Is this a Millennium Falcon? What? Oh, that's cool.
I just saw it. Yeah. $3.
Wow.
And make sounds and everything. So there was a good shopping. And nothing else for right now. Just working and home. That's it.
That's pretty much all we're doing. At least I know it's just working and then being at home.
Well, have to do that. Give little money. I don't get paid much, but I'm enjoying it. But that's about it.
No, it
No,
ain't
what
nothing
y'all been
different.
up to?
Well, I've been working, and then the next 2 weeks, they've cut our hours big time, so I don't have much work. So I'm gonna try getting other stuff done.
Yeah.
You know, my boss is one of those how do you say, vinegar bags. Summer's Eve.
I got your meaning,
What's
bro.
that?
I don't care if he sees it or not, because that can be another septic tank too. Damn cancel society people. Yeah, I was just looking over some stuff on my inbox. I haven't checked it all in a couple of days, so I had like 120 emails.
Yeah, that's about it for me. Just got home. Not bed. I'm
Just got
tired.
home. Everybody's asleep. It's after midnight there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting later on here. I gotta get up. Have to go unload my truck, and then I have to go vote, and then I have to go to the dentist. I gotta get a tooth or two pulled because I have an abscess.
Oh goodness.
It's pushing my cheek out.
Wow.
So that's why I told Michael we should do videos this week, but it definitely won't be tomorrow because I probably won't be able to talk.
Hmm.
That one go. But yeah, I'm excited. I thought you were back this Saturday, but next week you'll be back, so that'll be fun to start doing videos with you again too.
Yes, for sure.
And then I
Yeah.
want to see you doing your videos.
Yes. It's cold. Going. Yeah. I can wait either. I miss it.
Yeah, I'm starting to miss being on YouTube a little bit too, so I'm gonna start getting back out there.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go off here, and but I'll see y'all.
All right, I'll talk to you sometime later on in the week.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
have a good night.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye, Christina. Thank you for stopping by. It was good to have you in here.
What? I'm gonna have to check that box. Son of a bitch. That is going through my Amazon order list or pre-order list. Right, so I got the ones. Already came.
So, all right, dude. Yeah, it's 41. It's 39 right now. Now we have a heat wave coming. 51, 61, 60, 64, 66. None of those are under 50 after that. So,
Yeah, I think
um,
that's later on this week, isn't it? Where it's going to be rolling through here and then hitting you. Yeah, it's going to be warm for a couple days. But yeah, no, it's supposed to warm up a little bit. It'd be kind of nice for a couple days. What's going on in chat? Anybody in the chat still? If you want warm, come down here to Louisiana. You know, yeah, it is warm down there in Louisiana, but I ain't trying to deal with the weather you guys got coming or have had down there.
But yeah, I'm doing my thing. Multitasking right now. Not very well though, because I'm not talking on here.
I was just trying to review back over the chat. I kind of
abandoned the chat too, a little bit, but we got some people in there still talking, so
yeah, and Patrick are still on there. Jay, I mean, I guess Kat and Kid are out. They've left.
Yeah.
But I know it's getting late, so.
And then I want to try and figure out, what happens with that Amazon thing. If you can still have an Amazon page where all your links show up, in one place. Because if I go, like, let's say the Oculus Quest, I go on Amazon right now and I pull up the Oculus Quest and I create a link. So when you click on it, I get my, couple cents out of it if you decide to buy it. And then right after that, I decide to do another one. It's going to generate 2 different links for me. It doesn't keep you the same link. So I don't know if there's a place that, like Amazon used to have where you would just go and you list all, like, these are my suggestions. Please go ahead and check out my page and you can see all the Star Wars books I suggest and all the Star Wars toys I suggest. And, then I can go through and pick out storage stuff that I want that I think would be good for storage. And then I can go through and pick out, the tiers for the cupcake tiers or whatever you call them. But
My God, I can't type tonight.
But yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna call it quits.
Yeah, probably.
All right, everyone.
Yeah,
Thanks for stopping by.
Jay, look into Amazon for your hotspot. It was nice to be here. Nice to see everybody. Nice to see Christina jump back in. Nice to see people in the chat. Patrick, Jay, Kat, my kid.
Andy was in here.
Andy was here before I got here. I saw him in the chat.
I think he left because you got here.
No, I think he's already gone before I got here, but that's probably a good thing. He probably left because I showed up too. But it is what it is. And then there's a guy, Spencer, who I'm not completely sure who that is. I saw him in here earlier.
I know him from Lunga.
Oh, okay.
And from Twitter. And he actually comes to see me sometimes on Live It too. Which all you people should be downloading Live It. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and that's where I am hanging out Sometimes I'm making Death Star waffles. Sometimes I'm reading Star Wars stories. Sometimes I'm just talking bullshit. I did a
Death Star
stream.
waffle?
Huh?
You make you got the Death Star waffle maker?
Oh, I've had it for a couple of years. I've just never
Oh,
used it.
yeah, I got the Millennium Falcon one.
Okay. Does yours take forever to cook waffles?
Yeah, kinda. But it's cool looking, so I don't care.
Oh no, yeah, but it doesn't like a normal waffle iron gets fucking hot. Like that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. These don't get hot,
Well,
so
no,
like I would, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the outside of it is plastic instead of metal, or if it's because they expect kids might use them, or
I think it's I think it's the latter of the two because the kids might be trying to make waffles with them, and they don't want it to be that ceramic
so,
where it gets heat up on both sides.
yeah, or as severe of a burn if they do burn themselves, because it literally takes 15 minutes a waffle, maybe 10. It make one. It makes 6 waffles, one batch, and it takes at least an hour for me to cook them.
Yeah, but they're cool looking, so
Oh, I know, but it's just
pain in the ass that it takes an hour to make breakfast. Yeah, or lunch, or just a snack.
Yep. So, all right, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here. Patrick, thank you much for those 2 huge super chats. Those are always appreciated.
That's awesome. We'll see you guys next time.
With that,
Maybe Saturday.
have a good day. May the force be with you. Always.